Perfect. And you are on mute, but.
Yep.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
This is weird. It's PowerPoint slides with Zoom is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Who we
get
got
going.
on here?
We got
Dylan, Joe, Chris, Terry, Dustin. I saw.
Colin's popping
Oh, there's
on.
Billy, Joe. Billy, I didn't see you yesterday.
Matt, I saw your face, but you were in your office talking to somebody, so I didn't want to bug you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, that was a miserable day for a picture yesterday, but there was a lot of people. Good showing. So
We got through it.
yeah, people looked thirsty after, but all right. So talking USDA loans, rural development. I know personally, I think I did 2 back in the day when I was in real estate, when I was actively working. I didn't know much about them. I know as I talked to the lender at the time and said, hey, what do I need to know? And there's nothing much has changed, but I know as most agents know, they just, typically they just want to know where they can do them, and that's about it. But today we're gonna learn a little bit more, so you have a little bit more firepower to give those buyers that are going to be out a little bit further. So just some benefits of the USDA loan, and again, just like with Colin, it's not going to be as colorful. Obviously, I don't have the background that Colin does as far as storytelling and voiceovers, but hopefully you can get some knowledge. But if you have any questions, feel free to stop me at any time or put it in the chat box. We'll go from there. But so the benefits of USDA, obviously it's 0% down. You're going to have lower rates than typical conventional. It's going to be pretty on par with FHA and VA loans. As of yesterday, I think there was around 4.125 with a decent credit score. So I mean, those are the 2 biggest bonuses right there. You're going to have lower monthly PMI, private mortgage insurance. And then the appraisal process. It's a little hybrid of both conventional and FHA. So typically what you're going to have is just a basic conventional, but then you're also going to have the attic access as well. They're going to want to get in the attic. Typically they don't care as much about peeling paint. But again, you guys all know with appraisals how those can go even conventionally versus VHA. But it always depends on which appraiser is going to be out there for the day. But typically it's a little bit easier process than FHA, but it's a little bit harder than a conventional. So yeah, any questions there? Seeing none. All right, so some of the basic guidelines that are going in with USDA, this link here, which we'll share this slide at the end as well. This will take you to the eligibility map, and I'm gonna actually go ahead real quick. Go ahead. So this is it's gonna pull you up to something like this. You type in the address up here. I don't know if you can see, but up there, obviously I just typed in 404 Afton Drive in Northfield. And then as you see here, puts a pin in it. This address is located in an eligible area. It's that easy for you to find out. So if you have that link, all you got to do is type in the address and it'll tell you right there. And again, this will be shared, and we can take this out and share it individually as well. With that lower interest rate and with the 0% down, you are going to have an upfront fee, just like on any VA, FHA loan. With USDA, it's going to be 1% of the loan amount. Obviously, $100,000 loan amount, $1,000 upfront payment. That can be financed into the loan, obviously. USDA only allows for primary residences, and it can only be 1 unit. So there can be I don't know if there's many duplexes out there. I guess there's probably gonna be a few, but yeah, it's primary residence only with 1 unit. So no investment properties, no second homes, primary residence only, 1 unit. There's a slide again for that. For income limits with USDA, it's just like with any home possible, home ready, 3% down. They're going to have income limits, how much money you can make. The difference here is it's going to depend on the number of people in the home. So if it's 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, that number is going to vary. And also the difference with USDA compared to home possible, home ready is no matter who is on the loan, say myself and my wife are buying a home out there, only I'm going to be on the loan. They're still going to take into account my wife's income to make sure that we stay under. It doesn't matter if she's on the loan or not. They are very strict on this. And, there are a lot more restrictions when it comes to the income for USDA. Any questions on that? Was that confusing at all, or that all makes sense? And again, the income limit is going to depend on area as well. So area, amount of people. So honestly, it's not even, we could throw out a ton of different numbers out there, but in reality, it's going to come down to your buyers coming to us or whatever lender and finding out which area they're going into and seeing what that limit's going to be. Typically for credit score, we're looking at 620. There are a couple lenders who will do 600. The rate's going to be a little bit higher. There are going to be a few less options, but 620 is kind of your cutoff for USDA loans. FHA can go quite a bit lower, but obviously you're going to need that 3.5% down as well. There is a stricter DTI debt to income ratio with USDA compared to FHA. FHA, we've done as high as a back end of 59. So you see those two numbers. Who remembers what those two numbers are? 29, 41. Or am I talking?
Back end and front end, I think, but I don't remember what that front one is.
Perfect. Yep. You're right, Billy. That's 29 front end, 41 back end. So 29 front end, that's going to be just the expense of the home, which will be principal, interest, taxes, and insurance against their income. So they have to be below a 29 front end, just the housing expense ratio. And then the back end is all their other debt, which is going to include car payments, credit cards, whatever, other house payments, which they can't do USDA if they have another house payment. And that's gonna be 41. So FHA, we can get up to, I've done one up to 59%. So they're a lot more strict with their guidelines. Again, you're getting 0% down guaranteed from the government. So they're gonna be a little bit more strict on those. Questions? Colin, anything to add? We're not done yet, but
I was just going to say, good rule of thumb is 30%, right? So 29%, 30% of what you make is what the mortgage payment max allowance is. So, I just had a circumstance where somebody came and said, hey, 0% down, but they're going to the max of their budget, right? So, with the front end where the mortgage payment is like 40+% of what they make pre-tax monthly. So it's a really good program. It's just the most restrictive, other than jumbo and non-QM and all these other goofy products. It's the most restrictive debt to income product out there. So you get the 0%. And this is what I say to borrowers. You get the 0%, and that's a huge benefit. You get cheaper MI, you get a cheaper rate. I said the drawback is you can only spend 30% of your gross income on the mortgage payment versus FHA, which would be 47%, or, conventional, which can be super high as well. Right, Matt?
That is correct. Awesome. So along with some of these other restrictions, only a 30-year fixed rate. And I believe that, Colin, that's correct. You can't even do a 15 fixed rate, correct? There's no ARM products available, nothing like that, but
Correct.
30-year fixed rate only. Depending on where you are, again, you're gonna have a loan limit of $336,500 to $358,000. Again, that's obviously gonna depend on which county you're in. But that's pretty straightforward. And then the GUS underwriting system, it's their own unique underwriting system for all the other loans, Fannie, Freddie, FHA and conventional loans. They're going to use what's called the AUS automated underwriting system. So that's, they take in with all these restrictions, tighter restrictions that they have. This program has its own underwriting system because of some of these different restrictions and variabilities. I don't know why that's on the bottom. Colin, anything to add on that one? I feel like we need some color in here. I feel like I'm boring people, not being you.
You're not boring, Matt.
I'm not Colin though. I mean, the stories he can tell, the voice.
Just, Colin, just add a little ad lib in every once in a while, you'll be fine.
Yeah, he's the gosh, what's I'm trying to think. Yeah, never mind. Lost track of his name. All right. Moving on. Biggest thing for realtors, and again, from my experience doing a couple of these and now being on the other side of it. First things first, you know, if they're looking in a somewhat close area, check the map, make sure it's eligible. Second thing is before you waste your time getting out there, talk to a lender, have them talk to a lender, make sure that they have all the information involved because you saw what we went over and how restrictive that it can be. You don't want to waste your time driving out typically farther than usual for a buyer who may not have the ability to purchase that home. So you really want to make sure that if they are for sure looking to do USDA, that they do qualify for it before you head out there. And then the last thing is, yeah, you can go up to 6% on seller contributions with this product as well. Those are probably the three biggest things that I would like to know as an agent. Check the map, talk to the lender. Then yeah, you can use up to 6% seller contributions. And that's honestly it. The only thing is, yeah, I did one in Cambridge and I did one down in between Faribault and Northfield. Fun drives. Any questions and or anything that Colin would like to add?
Not that I can think of. This is good info. And you'll send us that link or whatever so that we can check addresses.
Yep, yeah, it'll be somewhere on the Facebook page today. I'll send it to Holly. But yeah, I mean, again, like Colin said, it's an amazing product that's a little bit more restrictive than most. When you have people looking that are in the eligible area, it's just something you definitely want to get ahead of if you have people looking to take advantage of this product. But the two times I did it on the real estate side were fantastic. And then I know Colin just did one recently with the USDA and it went very smooth as well. I mean, again, if they qualify and everything looks well, it's a really good product. Has anyone in this group right now done USDA loan?
I haven't.
No, I processed some back at the bank, but I've never sold a property with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great tool to have. I mean, again, I only did 2 of them, but it was, you know, mostly because most of the time I was in, you know, suburbs and surrounding cities. But no, it's a great product. And there's nothing different on the real estate side other than yeah, kind of the upfront stuff, making sure they qualify. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, Matt.
Bet.
Any question? Cool.
Sounds good.
Thanks for your time, Matt.
Yep, thanks guys.
Appreciate it.
Matt. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.